today's video, I would like to do an introductory and an explanatory video on the world of witchcraft and the occult. This is for those out there who may be closeted practitioners or want to send an explanation to maybe their spouse, their parents, their friends, or people in their lives that just wouldn't really understand otherwise. Maybe you're struggling to explain to them exactly what it is that you believe in. So allow me to elaborate on your behalf. So someone actually sent you this video because you may have asked them what is it they believe, or perhaps they wanted to explain it to you but couldn't find the right words. Well, I am absolutely honored to do this on their behalf. So allow me to explain. What's commonly being referred to as witchcraft and magic is older than any belief system in the world, dating back to the very first advanced civilizations. First, I want to clear up a few misconceptions. Let's view the path of magic, spirituality, and the occult as a tree, for lack of better terminology. Upon this tree are many different branches. These are the many different individual currents, or the different systems and different schools of belief within the occult, within magic. So there are many to choose from. See, some believe and work with an array of actual entities, like spirits, saints, angels, gods, goddesses, and different beings. One of the most concerning for some is when the topic of demons get brought up. You're probably wondering, why would you work with demons? I thought they were evil, wicked, malign beings, right? You're probably even misconstruing it for some sort of devil worship and cat-killing teenage idiocy. However, I can explain this for you. If the individual who has sent this video to you actually works with demons, there is no need to worry, I assure you. Demons are actual beings and entities that were once worked with, worshipped, venerated, and praised before the rise of the monotheistic religions, which eventually demonized them and turned them into heretic demons within their sacred text. These beings aren't evil, because in the system of magic, occult, and spirituality, metaphysics, and things of this nature, good and evil aren't real objective constructs. They're more of societal morals and ethics that don't actually apply to the path of practical spirituality. So don't worry, there aren't no evil impulses and sacrifices of your neighbor's cat coming anytime soon, I can assure you. So you're probably thinking, yeah, but this still sounds a little crazy, right? Well, actually, no. See, if you're okay with the concepts of religion and spirituality, you should definitely be okay with this. The reason why is because religion is based on faith, just a belief in something just because. Faith is literally a belief in something with absolute conviction, without any evidence or proof. Whereas magic, and this path, is more logical actually. Magic has revolutionized this world in many profound ways, and is responsible for a lot of our modern day innovation, such as healing women in the forest, witch doctors in tribes, and these shamanic and magical healers. They actually influence a lot of the modern medicine today from alternative ancient medicine practices from many years ago. Alchemists who would try to learn the secrets of transformation, transfiguration, and transmutation actually influenced the birth of the modern science referred to as chemistry. See, this system is more logical and sometimes even more scientific than most religions out there, from medicine, chemistry, philosophy, and so much more that has been grandfathered in by the occult. Another difference besides faith versus somewhat logic, there is also the other side of it. Whereas religion is merely faith and belief, magic, witchcraft, the occult, and spiritual paths is a path of seeking, meaning usually the individual doesn't believe in anything until they personally have their own subjective experience with that certain thing. So far, we can understand then, this isn't evil. It's actually not as crazy as it may have first sounded. It's older than most religions out there. It's somewhat logical, more logical sometimes than simple religion and faith, and not to mention that it's influenced a great deal of our civilization. So what's harmful about that? A path of spirituality, which satisfies the individual, that benefits them, that still maintains factors of logic and common sense, yet free of certain restrictions that have more transient experiences. Still not convinced that you can be intellectually sane, logical, and have common sense whilst practicing these practices, or even studying these studies? Well, you may be interested to know that some of the greatest minds out there believed in magic and have been students of magic and the occult. English physicist A mathematician, Isaac Newton, studied metaphysics, alchemy, and other occult studies. How about Galileo, the famous Italian astronomer, physicist, and engineer? In the world of the occult, we have had some of the most greatest and most creative minds in their own fields, from philosophers, mathematicians, physicists, inventors, poets, authors, artists, musicians, advisors to actual royalty, and some of them were even royalty themselves. So you see, be you an atheist, agnostic, or religious yourself, there are many people of high intellect, creativity, who led amazing and successful, fulfilling lives. It's not a phase. It's not the modern day stereotype of some emo kid stabbing a voodoo doll of his teacher because he was given detention that day, or some heavy metal plays in the background. Nothing like that. Now, I'm not here to explain the fullness of the individual's belief who may or may not have sent this to you, as that can differ person to person. It's subjective, as we've already explained. This is essentially a general introduction into this world. So what have we learned here? It's not as crazy or as delusional as it may sound. It has nothing to do with the bullshit, human sacrifice, satanic conspiracies you may hear. It's not about devil worshipping or evil cults. There are high esteemed individuals who have entered this system, who weren't lost or confused, nor were they intellectually challenged. Quite the opposite, actually. This path is filled with common sense and doesn't enforce dogmatic, idiot principles such as believe this or believe that, otherwise or else. Rather, it allows the individual to have their own experiences as they go ahead in this path. In this age, however, in the Western society at least, people like us are no longer hunted, tortured, imprisoned, or killed anymore just for our beliefs. Of course, there are some places in the world where unfortunately that still does go on. But it doesn't make it any less harder than admitting what we believe or what path we walk, as it is often misconstrued in the media, or is often misunderstood, being littered with false accusations or negative stereotypes. So I wanted to keep this short, and maybe now you could potentially do some of your own readings up on this if you feel you need further clarification. If not, then great. However, just be careful. There are a few loonies out there which may represent some of the things in this occult world, so to speak. You may stumble onto some idiots here and there. However, hopefully with this short little explanation and introduction, it doesn't seem as crazy, evil, strange, or odd anymore. Rather, it's a beautiful, liberating, and empowering form of spirituality, study, and way of life which should be celebrated rather than hidden away. And I hope I've cleared up a few things here for you, and it was my honor to do so.